Hello, hello, everyone. Good to see you. Welcome back to Smash. We're going to be looking at our 3-star players here. We're going to have Sublime Faith, Black Plat, and Hockey, of course. I'll be your solo caster, Echomancer, for tonight, and we're going to go ahead and start with Sublime Faith. It seems that his first opponent for tonight is going to be Dominic B. And it looks like we're going to start right on Battlefield. I'm a bit surprised he's choosing Bayonetta first. Usually he's our Corrin main. But just to clarify, tonight we're not doing normal sets. Tonight we are in the playoffs, just to clarify, and it's gonna be double elimination. Therefore, just to clarify, just to elaborate, if they lose 2 times, best out of, is it 3 or 5? It's gonna be 5, sorry. Best out of 5. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Dominic here versus Faith. And as both players start right off the bat, we're going to see first blood coming from Faith as he knocks him right off the stage. But as he tries with the counter, it's not going to happen. As Faith gets right back to neutral, hits him with the down tilt. He's going to try to get him in the air. It seems to be Sephiroth's weakness. But as the combo from Bayonetta doesn't seem to fail, he rolls past the dash attack, trying to get any sort of leverage against Sephiroth here. Gets the parry off, but Dominic is not letting up. A large sword versus the combo master. Good parry from Faith. Dominic trying to get any sort of capitalization with the large sword. The range he has, throws a very large projectile, a good neutral B, but it's not going to be of any effect versus Faith. Speaking of which, Faith is going to go ahead and try to get any neutral, and does not, as Dominic gets the back air first, drawing first blood. He tries to get back to stage with a cheeky little side B, and it's not going to happen. Faith draws and trades that stock with a good old forward smash. Dominic taking advantage of his iframes, get a good 41% off. As he gets the grab off, Faith trying to recover. He's trying to find that advantage. It's not going to happen just yet. But as he goes for a classic up tilt, Dominic will not connect that and be punished for 20%. But he snaps right back with a down tilt. Faith trying to recover back to stage, and he does a cheeky little up tilt just to answer. And he's getting the combo off, juggling him in the air like a clown with 3 balls. Both these players just dancing midair. They're trying to trade any sort of hit they can. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen just yet. A game of minds colliding. It's not going to happen. Another back air to seal his second stock. 71% to Dominic's name. Playing a little defensive here, trying to make sure he doesn't get taken advantage of. And it's not going to happen. And it gets 10% in there as well. Faith trying to play spacing all well, but as he misses with the air dodge, the counter will happen. But does he recover back to stage? He does. He goes high. Tries to go for a back air as well just to seal the deal. And both these players do the same move to trade 2 stocks each. A forward smash to seal that second one. He gets tripped up off the neutral B, or the side B, I mean. Dominic just juggling Faith here with just a classic up tilt. Tries to go for a grab, and he faces the wrong direction. Faith trying to take advantage of that state, but it does not happen. Dominic answers with an up B of his own. But only 15%. How will Faith come back from this? How will he answer this? One combo, and it's pretty much over. Snaps back with the side B of his own. He's trying to get that neutral B in, and it's not going to connect. It was too slow. Faith trying to get any sort of damage in for his first one. And just a regular forward tail is going to seal the deal. Game 1 goes towards Dominic. It's okay, folks. We're just warming up. We're just trying to get a feel for each other's moveset. But still, game 1 goes to Dominic. Stay tuned, folks. We're it is not ending here. Remember, it is the best of 5. And we've seen Faith come back from this. We've seen him do much, much more damage. But as we're gonna go ahead and shift characters a little bit. I think he was just warming up with Bayonetta, try to get a feel for the combo and the spacing. But he switches right over to Robin. It looks like we're gonna adjust the stage as well. The question is though, where are we heading? If I had to guess, it would probably be Town and City or Smashville. Both really good stages. But as we wait for the next battle, just take the time to try to grab a snack, trying to get the bearings here. But I'm a little surprised we're going with Robin here against Sephiroth. I mean, both very ranged characters, but how will he play with the slowest character in the game? Sure, Robin does projectile damage and deals heavy blows, but against Sephiroth, it's going to be a bit tricky. Talk a little more about Dominic's performance. We saw good spacing here from the Sephiroth himself, but the range as well, the air consistency of trying to juggle him, it was all on point, and it was enough to trade that first 2 stocks and then finally seal the deal with a regular forward tilt. Faith, you're trolling. Do not select the Great Cave Offensive. Thank you. We're going to go straight to Hollow Bastion for our next match. I don't think we're going to see a shift in character from Dominic here. I think we heard a bit of hype there from one of our players. We're all excited to be here, chat. The hype is here. We're going to see many more games to go. And I have extreme hope for all 3 of our players here tonight. All 3 are destined to at least make it far, if not the top. This is only our first set. And Faith is already switching to Robin. We're going to see some heavy damage here, folks. Game 2 is afoot. Both players into the ring. How will they adjust? But as we go straight in, Faith is going for a standard dash attack. He reads the side B, or the up B, sorry. And plays spacing pretty well. Dominic trying to answer with a nair of his own. And it does connect the second time. He tries to go for a cheeky grab. He's trying to play that spacing well whenever he's away, forcing Faith to get aggressive, and it doesn't work. As he waits for his sword or his dagger to recharge, he's going to play a little more of that defensive stance. He cancels out the arc fire. And goes for a back area, which it does connect this time. Dominic going to make that easy recovery, giving Faith that chance to charge. But as he throws the book right at him, it goes right over his head. The Elwind making a speedy recovery for the second time as he gets edge guarded just a little bit. The arc fire is not connected. It does connect the third time, however, but not taken advantage of. But as the combat mechanic comes on out, Sephiroth is here to make a statement, here to do damage. But the question is, which one will make the first move? It looks like it's going to be Dominic as he tries to get that edge guard off. But as he parries it, he does not take advantage of it. Faith trying to play a little defensive here, trying to play with that neutral pretty well, and he does. He gets the grab off, but he doesn't take advantage of it. Trying to charge some sort of powerful attack here, and neither player fall. But Faith will take that first stock soon after. 149 to his name. How long will this first stock last? Pairs that book. He knows what he's in for as he gets up tilted and straight into the blast zone. He tries to read the roll, but unfortunately it will not work out in his favor, and now he has a dire sickness just spiraling around him, and it will connect. The arc fire coming in clutch as Dominic fails to recover. 2-1 in Faith's favor. Only 39%. He has a huge lead as Dominic tries to make anything work here, but the projectiles are too much. He treats the dagger as another projectile in a barrage. Faith just taking advantage of whatever sort of ranged attack he can. He reads the jump with a followed by a back air. And as Dominic gets right on up, he's trying to make some sort of recovery. He had the chance there, and he takes advantage of it. The back air will connect. Game 2 going towards Faith. Dominic struggling to make it back to stage. Getting red every time he tries to make an attempt. Very unfortunate on Dominic's side, but Faith, knowing how to read his opponent, he knew what he was in for after that first game. Very good performance from both players here. All right, but the question is, how will this change in the next game? We are currently 1-1 here, folks. We're nowhere near done. We need 2 more wins from one of these players to make an entry into the next bracket. And hopefully, Faith here will not be bumped down to the losers. Just remember to stay hydrated, folks. Make sure to just relax as we wait for a small intermission. And it looks like we're going to be going straight to Smashville. Bit of an underrated stage to be had here. And he switches to Bowser. Ooh, okay. Being a Bowser player myself, I'm excited to see how this goes against Faith's Robin. Good luck, have fun by Dominic here. Good sportsmanship. But as he gets started, Faith gets a little close and triggers the up B. Faith here going with a classic up tilt and takes advantage of his shield going right down. Dominic trying to snap back with a down tilt of his own. The one weakness Bowser has when it comes to his character as a whole is edge guarding or air contesting at all. He cancels the arc fire with his own neutral B. He gets grabbed and comboed right into the back air. Faith trying to take advantage, but gets sat down real quick back to the stage. He gets grabbed, and however, it's not going to be the end of that first stock. Great recovery by Faith here. Snaps right back to neutral, playing in real well, but it's not taken advantage of as he tries to get the down B in. Dominic trying to make anything work. But as the last of the Elwind gets taken advantage of, Dominic makes it back to stage. He's waiting for that Elwind to recharge. And it's not going to even matter as he gets blasted right up into the blast zone. 20% just from one hit. But it's not even going to matter that much as Dominic fails or he falls. Answers back with the iframes. That's 65% just from 3 hits. Dominic getting super aggressive. And he takes a little bit of damage for it, but the damage for the trade here is starting to look a little equal. Dominic just grinding down that shield just from the neutral B. Plays a little bit passive here with that air dodge, but it's not gonna do much. He tries to answer with a down tilt of his own. Faith throwing another arc fire just to break that tension. But as he charges, he reaches purple. Treats the dagger as another projectile. Dominic knowing this will happen and goes for another grab, and that's gonna be another kill. 2-1 in form of Dominic's lead. He shields to try to prevent any sort of damage happening at first. Faith going with a random up B, and they never expect it as he goes for a back air, and it's not going to connect. Another arc fire to break that shield. Dominic makes it right back to stage. He's trying to get a little bit, so any sort of edge guard here. 170 to Bowser's name. Faith trying to prevent any sort of damage from happening. He wants that equality to happen, and it will not yet happen. He tries to snipe him right out of the air, and that dash attack will finish him off right after the arc fire. Catches him off guard with a neutral B as he does jump back to stage. Faith trying to make anything happen. He takes the lead, actually, with a 35% to 74. Arc fire to cancel out. Throws another one, trying to catch him in his fire at all, but Dominic answers back with fire of his own. The L-Wind going right away. The weakness here from Dominic, he doesn't take advantage of the L-Wind. He tries to get him off stage, but it's not going to happen. The arc fire, the last of the L-Wind, and it does recharge. 120 to 96. It is anyone's game here, folks. But the question is, ooh, that was a little bit of a close call from Faith. He tries to go for a cheeky side air. It does not happen. He gets knocked right off stage. Oh, he tries to go for a spike, and it's not going to happen. Faith making a good recovery, and he does get grabbed. That's going to be the last of it. Dominic finishing it off with a command grab. Really great performance from both players here. 2-1 in form of Dominic. The question in my head, however, are we going Corrin? I'm hoping for Corrin. Come on, Faith, you know you want to. Surprisingly, probably not going to change to Corrin. However, it looks like we're going to be changing stages, going from Smashville right on over. Looks like to PS2. We're not going to change to Corrin. All right, folks. How will Faith adjust to this? We have a small intermission here. He's talking to the coach here. He's trying to coordinate it a little bit. Will Dominic change anything? He will not. He's sticking to the Bowser. Faith knows what he's up against. A very aggressive Bowser. I mean, you have to be aggressive when it comes to the heavies. How else will he get damage in? As both players into the ring. Game point towards Dominic. He does have control of the stage, but as he does get aggressive, it's not going to happen as much. He doesn't get any damage in yet. Faith knowing just how to read his opponent just a little bit. 15% just from a neutral B. A double arc fire gets punished for 59%. He rolls into the fire. It gets knocked off stage, and a spike will happen. Faith getting saucy with it. Just to make a statement, he will not go down easy. But he does take a pretty heavy lead as he does get a grab off. 17%, even with Bowser, that's still not bad. He tries to read roll with a command grab. Dominic answering back with a neutral B, trying to cancel out any sort of projectiles, and it's not gonna happen. As a combo will happen, he tries to make any sort of recovery. He tries to go for the same stylish move, but Dominic is one step ahead. He is 2 steps ahead as he reads the air guard. He does get grabbed, but it's not going to be the end. His first stock still remains intact. Answers back with a projectile of his own. He knows the edge guard with the neutral B will happen, and answers with a forward tilt of his own. As the down tilt will happen, the up B will be answered. He faces the wrong way, unfortunately. But I think that would have hit, but he does get punished immediately. Dominic with 125 to his name. Rolls away from the arc fire, trying to get that spacing. He's trying to play a little bit passive here. He's trying to run around the stage, trying to become unpredictable just a little bit. But Faith always one step ahead. Trying to get a little aggressive, but Dominic knows that he has to prevent the damage here. 68% just from that. Trying to read the roll. Faith just trying not to get grabbed. And as the back throw will happen, he does not get sniped. What a great air dodge from Dominic. He's trying everything in his power to prevent the second stock from getting red and destroyed. But the up tilt will happen. He dodges the neutral B. Does not take advantage of the iframes that he has and gets punished for it, actually, for getting a little too aggressive. Throws the projectile in the air, but does get snapped back with an up smash. Dominic trying to do his best to arc that fire downwards, trying to prevent Faith from recovering, but it's not going to happen. Faith knows just how to counter it. Snaps back. That down tilt will not happen. It will not hit him. Robin is actually a really great matchup just for this. But as he doesn't get grabbed, that second stock will not be around for long. 20% just from that. Same thing with a grab. I think the best option here against Bowser, just don't get hit. That can be the same for any sort of character, but I will emphasize a little more on Bowser. He is one of the heaviest hitting characters in the game, but he's also one of the slowest. He will not make it back to stage. Faith taking that fourth game. We are now 2-2, ladies and gentlemen. We are going straight to game 5 just from our first set here. Both players refused to lose on the first set. But the question is, will Faith make it to round 2, or will he go straight to losers? Looking chill as ever, Faith just not having a care in the world. That's the mindset to have, especially in a competitive scenery like this. I think he's going to stick with Robin. I'm not seeing anything with Corrin here. I think it's because of the matchup. Robin is good against melee characters such as Bowser, who really doesn't have much of a projectile. Same thing can be said about Sephiroth. I mean, he only has, like, what, 2 projectiles? And neither of them reach that far. We're going to go ahead and take another small intermission just for game 5 to happen, folks. Just don't go anywhere. Make sure to get comfortable, eat some popcorn, and stay hydrated. All that good jazz. All right, we're going straight back to Smashville. Something I did not expect to happen. And we're also seeing a character switch. Not necessarily. We're seeing a skin switch. Close enough. And it looks like we're going straight back into a game 5. Let's see it, ladies and gentlemen. Bowser versus Robin. Both players know what they're in for. But the question is, how will they change their play style? Let's go ahead and get it. Starting with an arc fire and an uppy, both players reading each other's movement, and Dominic ultimately gets punished for it with a double arc fire. 54% just from one combo. Gets caught in the arc fire, limiting Dominic's options. Great play by Faith. But as he tries to get back on stage, Dominic hangs on the edge once again. He's doing the same thing just to recover, and he does make it back to stage. The down B will connect and ignore the arc fire. The back air connecting, swinging him off stage just like a baseball bat. Ooh, but as he misses the uppie, he will get grabbed and then ultimately punished for it. 145, and that does connect. First stock going towards Faith. He reads the movement perfectly. Dominic trying to get any sort of damage in, but the projectile will connect. He does get interrupted with a neutral B. About half this match so far has been Dominic just lying on the side here. He just does get ledge trumped, but he will not be taken advantage of. Arcfire will connect. I'm seeing a lot of Nest gameplay here. Ooh, Faith taking a risky play and getting 61% just from this first stock. Really great play. He does go for a down B and try to heal a little bit, but it's ultimately going to miss. But does not get taken advantage of. He tries to read the high risk, high reward. He is up 3-1. Faith no longer messing around. Dominic trying to make anything work with his Bowser. But as he waits patiently on the ledge, great patience from Faith. Gets 42% off just from waiting just a little bit on the stage. Dominic trying to snap back with an attack of his own. 62%. He goes high, and 165 to Faith's name. He's not giving that first stock away so easily. As the down tilt does come in, it does not get to take advantage of. He misses the grab by just a smidge and gets it off the second time. That first stock will be taken eventually. Whoa, the parry coming right in. Dominic dodging nearly all of that. Does not get sniped out of the air this time. I think that would have been game if that connected. Throws another arc fire and does get taken advantage of, but it will be that will not be game just yet. He does make it back to stage. It is not over just yet, folks. I've seen bigger comebacks happen. But Faith taking advantage of the neutral B. Tries to go for it, and that's a stun and an up smash. Faith taking game 5, moving on into the next bracket for the playoffs. Day 1, and we're looking strong. Great performance from both players here. It was a great try from Dominic B, but ultimately the Bowser falls. Great performance from Faith here. All right, I just received word that Black Platypus is currently in his match, so we're going to go ahead and tune in on that. Looks like a student from Brookdale is going to be going against our Kazuya main here. Not sure what the score is, but that's okay. We're going to be tuning in as Brookdale student here is going to be playing Joker. He's currently up 3-2 as he answers with a down tilt and making it even right then and there. He does get grabbed and does taking advantage of the electric will connect and a grab to follow. He takes the lead right as we tune in. Black Platypus taking advantage of any sort of air state that Brookdale here is cooking. Getting a little too aggressive, and the electric will connect, followed by an up B. Plat here having the comeback of the century just from this one game. He does read the roll, but he does not connect the hit. The thing about Joker versus Kazuya, he does answer with an up B, trying to keep him off stage. Just a nair, just a stage spike. My goodness, both these players trying to answer with nairs of their own. But unfortunately, Brookdale will not be answering. Someone's calling, but no one's there. Actually, scratch that. There is someone answering, and that is Kazuya, the one who knocks. As he does play neutral very well here. 119 just from that. And Black Plat just making a statement as Rage comes online, and he will be taking that current game. He was up, he was down 3-2, and all of a sudden, as we tune in, he turns that right around against Brookdale. That will be 3-1. Wow, folks. Both Sublime Faith and Black Plat showing no mercy against their opponents. We're going to go ahead and tune into hockey next. Is what I would have said. We're going to go ahead and wait a little bit as we get information on our next game here. But we're going to go ahead and be right back, folks. I hope you enjoyed this show so far, all right? Be right back. All right, we're back, folks. And it looks like Platt is going to be our next player going against Sinister. We've seen this guy once before, and this guy is a living legend with his Ken. But the question is, how will Platt answer it with his Kazuya? I hope that they play on PS2. PS2 is a stage that looks very official to me, and therefore very hype. All right, folks, as one player steps into the ring, Platt here is going to wait just a small sec. Just communicate with his opponent just a little bit more before stepping into the ring. Good luck out there, Platt. Good luck out there, bro. He's going to make sure to lock in first. He's going to go ahead and set the music. He's going to set the tone. Great choice of music. As we go ahead and step into the ring. PS2. Ryu versus Kazuya. Let's go ahead and get it, folks. Round 2. Our first official set, tuning in on Platt. Sinister versus Platt. How will this go? We've seen this once before on another stream. And he goes again with the first blood. 57% just from one combo. But Sinister snaps back just a little bit with 26%, half of what Platt dealt. Plays a little bit patient, but goes for an air attack instead of a ground attack. Ooh, but just from 84%. A standard 50, 60%. He sticks that. And Sinister with that first stock in the first 30 seconds. Platt here trying to snap back with anything of his own, but 3 Hadoukens have been secured against him. Platt trying to snap back with anything of his own. It's not going to happen. As a Nair does come on in, but Sinister plays a little bit patient, and it does work out in his favor. Ooh, but Kazuya. Kazuya being Kazuya. He stuns with a side B and then goes for an up B. Oh, sorry, I meant an up smash. 0% to Sinister's name. How will he take advantage of this? Electric coming on in. He does stun, jab lock, and another Electric coming in, followed by a side B. But ultimately, that will be it. 56%, great damage just from Platt here. Rage mode will be enacted here. A few jabs never hurt anyone, but the question is, will Platt here be a little more aggressive? The side B will connect and kill, quite surprisingly, actually. But Electric will come on in. Playing a little more defensive here. Sinister playing that spacing very well. He does kick that projectile back. The air dodge will come on in, followed by a laser. He is making sure he does not get back to stage, but ultimately will. Electric coming on in. He will get that stun off, but he will ultimately not get the punish. And up B coming on in as Platt fails that first game. First game going right to Sinister. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're watching a Street Fighter game. Platt looking like he's having a great time. And that's a great mindset to have when coming into these pro matches. Against the Ryu who definitely knows what he's doing. He needs to figure out something against the Hadoukens. These fireballs are no play. As we go ahead and wait for the next game to happen, it looks like we're going to go to Kalo, something we haven't seen yet this stream. He sets it to Route 10. Great choice for the music. We step into the ring. Round 2 will happen. No change to the characters. How will Platt adjust to this? We've seen a lot of jab blocks followed by an up B or at least a side B. Both players step into the ring. Only one will come out. Starting off right off the bat, we see another Hadouken, followed by another jab block. I've seen one style of gameplay so far, and Platt is suffering by it. That up B will connect, but being a heavy character, Rage Mode will come online and answers back with electric of his own, 49%. Ooh, that side B will connect, but it will not be enough to kill him. Up B will connect, making sure he snaps back and gets back to stage, and that up smash will happen. He comes back from that first stage, from rags to riches. He will make it back to stage by the skin of his teeth and does punish for it heavily. 34%. The air dodge, not air dodge, but the spot dodge will come in and punish heavily for it. Trading that first stock. Sinister spacing very well here until he gets electricked. Oh, the Shadow Punch will break through and get the punish off. He throws him right off stage. But being Ryu, he normally does make it. Great recovery from Sinister here. The only sort of recovery he can make, it makes it past Platt, the only defender of the ledge. And does punish for it. You can see the surprise on Platt's face just from 114. The up B will connect and punish for it. The electric will come in, but the platform saves Sinister. The up B will not get that job done. Playing very passive-aggressive here. Sinister knowing when to attack and when to punish. Ultimately, that second stock will go towards Platt. We see both players playing a bit aggressive, and that will be game for game number 2. That was not Platt's reaction, by the way. That scream earlier. Unfortunately, Sinister will take game 2. Even up 2-0, we're down 2-0. Platt here is looking like he's having a great time. But how will he adjust against the Ryu? We step right back into the ring. It looks like there's going to be no adjustment except for the stage here. But the question is, where will we go? Platt, do not choose Paper Mario. Do not choose Paper Mario. As much as I love Paper Mario, do not pick Paper Mario. My guess is we're going to go over to Smashville. Or Town and City. Town and City is also a great choice. But actually it looks like we're going to pivot right back to PS2. With both fighter characters here, I'm wondering how Platt here is going to answer that strategic passive aggressiveness. Whenever Sinister goes for a jab and sees that Platt is going in for some sort of jab attack, he spot dodges and gets punished for it. Gets a punish off, sorry about that. But as we step into the ring, game 3 will happen. Game point towards Sinister. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Both players getting aggressive, but then Sinister immediately steps back and answers with a couple Hadoukens, getting a good 77% off right off the bat. Platt here getting his shield down, but in trade for some damage, steps back just to let his shield recover just a little bit. Spot dodges the punch. It gets a great punish off of it, but unfortunately Sinister will snap back with an up B after a jab block. Does not get stun off just from that one side B. But as a shield poke will happen, he does not. He goes right through it, and an up B will connect, but it will not be enough to kill. 145 to Sinister's name. He is not out, folks. He's not down just yet. Does get a 48% off just from that. Electric and up smash. He will take that first stock. He's trying to make it even. Oh, he does break the shield. And he will get a heavy. Oh, he misses the forward smash. And as he recovers with the side B, Hadouken will keep working out. Rage mode induced. Activated, but it does not even matter. Sinister ignores it completely. Down to his last leg. Vlad here trying to make anything work. He does get the grab off. He's on a great time in the meantime. But as the side B connects, he cannot believe what he's seeing. Same thing with me as he tries to get another shield break. Sinister just playing his Shadow Punch very well. But as a couple of jabs come on in, he does not ultimately get a combo win. Answers with a side B of his own, and he will get the punish. 83% to Plat's name. He needs to lock in order to stay in this bracket, or at least to avoid losers. And that will not be happening. Game 3 going straight to Sinister. A 3-0 in his favor. It was a great try from Plat, but unfortunately he will be going into the losers bracket. I've seen this happen before. I've seen him go into a losers bracket, but then come out on top on many Grand Masters or Grand Finals brackets. Quite unfortunate, but we're gonna go ahead and take a small intermission as we go ahead and wait for actually no, we're not gonna wait. I see that Sublime Faith is in the middle of his match with Yashi here. We've seen this opponent once before. I'm not sure what the score is, but that doesn't matter. We still got a match here, folks. As we switch on over, both players, he switches to Corrin. We've seen the first of Corrin, but the way the Yashi plays here, the Yoshi, I've seen his playstyle before. I've seen a lot of projectiles happen from both opponents that we've seen recently. But with Sublime Faith, he knows how to snap back from it. He knows how to get aggressive and when to get aggressive. But answering with 73% to Faith's name, it's quite the entrance to a match. Tries to get any sort of punish off with a back air. It's not going to happen. But as Yashi tries to get a little too aggressive while he's down, snaps back with a recovery. The jab lock will happen. Yashi gets a good jab lock into the forward smash. But that's not all, folks. Although we're up 3-2, Faith here trying to take that first stock, trying to make it even as soon as possible with the side B, but it's not even going to matter. Yashi gets the grab off, trying to get as much damage in as possible before eventually that first stock does get taken. Go for a jab attack, but Yashi tries to get a spike off. He's trying to get a little cheeky here. Yashi trying anything to try to push him off that ledge. Ooh, gets a stage spike off. But Faith trying anything here. That neutral B will connect, but it does not get punished. Yashi tries to float away to avoid getting punished. Yashi up 3-1. Not looking good for Faith here. He's down 2 stocks. He tries to answer with a nair. And it does connect, but it does not kill. He reads the back air, and it will connect, but it's not enough to kill. 164. A couple of up tilts to follow. Yashi here playing very good neutral. The jab block will come in and throw him off stage, but it will not be enough to do anything as he finally takes his first stock. Faith has done this before. He has came back from this. I've seen him play against Yashi before. He reads the down B, positions himself away from it. 61% just from that. He's playing very good neutral here. Faith getting the grab off and getting him off stage. But as he reads the positioning just from Yashi here, it's not going to matter as he shields as he gets down to stage. Yashi here trying to bait him into any sort of play, and it will happen with a grab, but sidesteps into the forward smash. That is not going to happen. He does air dodge right after getting hit. and the next game will go right over to Yashi, unfortunately. Good performance on both players' sides. Really great performance on both players' sides here. But unfortunately, Yashi will come out on top with a 3-0. Something similar we've seen to Platt. Speaking of Platt, I do see that he's in his next match already. We're going to go ahead and get into the losers. Unfortunately, it looks like it's just going to be a practice match. We're going to go ahead and be right back, folks, as we go ahead and take a quick intermission. Sorry about that. All right, folks, it looks like Hockey here is going to go ahead and get into his next match with Sauce Queen. We're going to go ahead and wait for these two to get into the next match. I believe we've already started. We're going to go straight to Hollow Bastion. Both these players into the ring. Only one will come out on top. We've seen Sauce Queen before. We've seen how she plays.
3, 2, 1, go!
Both players getting a good luck to each other as they try to play a little more into the neutral. Sauce Queen try to play into the bait and punish type style. Same thing with Hockey. They're trying to play spacing, but Sauce Queen will be the first one to make any sort of contact. As back air will connect. Sauce Queen taking more space on the stage, but Hockey trying to find any sort of opening with the nair, and it does connect. 27% just from 2 hits. The thing about Ness, the up B, the PK Thunder will connect as he tries to knock him away. Sauce Queen trying to get any sort of tilt attack in, followed by a PK Thunder. The nair will cancel it out, fortunately in Hockey's favor. But then gets snapped back with another nair of Sauce Queen's own. My apologies. Does make it back to stage, but Sauce Queen tries to answer with an up smash. It will not happen. Gets punished with a grab. Ooh, but as he makes it right back to stage, he gets swatted away into the blast zone. Stock one going right towards Sauce. Ooh. Up B will connect. The double up B into Hockey himself. Hockey trying to find anything here to connect. But as Sauce Queen makes it back to stage, Hockey will knock her right back off, but the mind games will happen. Both players going back into neutral. 46% to Sauce Queen's and Hockey's name. The down smash will connect as Sauce Queen tries to recover. It is not over just yet. If Hockey were to play a little more patient, I think this would come out on top in his favor. But as neutral does happen, a couple of PK fires will fire out, but it does not connect. Air dodge coming right on in, but it will not connect to the ledge. Giving Hockey a fair chance at winning here. PK Thunder coming right on out to play. We're seeing a lot of PK Thunders coming out to play, but the nair will connect. And the back air will be the finishing move. Unfortunately, Hockey is down that game. great performance on both players here. Devastation on his face. It's all right. Both players played tremendously well. All right. We're going to go ahead and take a quick intermission here, folks, as we go ahead and wait for the next opponents. Don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and we're going to go ahead and tune in on Plat, who's already in his match against Han Polo, or Puffy's, looks like, is going to be playing Mario. But against these two, we're going to be straight off by playing neutral here. Gets a grab off immediately. Great laser by Plat as he tries to play a little more edge guard. He answers back by a cape of his own. But as they play a little more neutral, Plat here tries to answer back, but it seems that Puffy's going to answer back with a combo of his own. A random uppie out of nowhere to try to catch him off guard. The uppie will follow, but it will not connect. 139 to Mario's name. But as he tries to take advantage of the state that Plat is in, gets right back to stage. The electric, the stun will come in. It does not take advantage of it. 167. Plat trying to answer anything, but Rage will come online. One grab and it's over for that first stock. It doesn't even matter as he answers with a foot to the face. Puff here trying to answer anything with the iframes that he currently has, but it's not going to happen. The spot dodge will come in as he tries to get a good air juggle in. Rolls to the right. Puff here trying to play a little more defensive against Akaze, who has Rage mode online. But as soon as it comes on, or it comes off, so do the lights. Lights off. Left, right, good night. Coming in from Plat. Plays ledge trump very well. Gets the grab in and throws him right off stage. Oh, great tech from both players here. And that ledge, the edge guard here will not be happening in terms of Puffy. But Plat here playing really great edge guarding. The electric will come in. Will this be a 3-0? The electric will come in. 59% to his name. The shield poke will push him to the left. Tries to get a random up smash in, but it will not connect. He does it again, and we're down 1-2. The 3-0 dream is not going to happen, but he still has a really great lead. Plat here trying to make magic happen. The electric will come in. He tries to read the roll, but is not going to connect it. Woo, great juggle by Puffy here. We're seeing a whole bunch of up tilts, but the electric will connect, and so will the down B, and that's going to be game number 1. Going straight to the Kazuya main. Great performance by both players here. I could see the neutral. I could see the jabs coming on in from both sides here. But overall, great performance. All right, game number 2. Here we go. Both players enter the ring. We're going to be playing on Hollow Bastion. No change to the characters whatsoever. Looking dapper in their suits. They are ready to shed some blood. As we get off to a good start, 11% just from a simple up tilt. Puffy here trying to play a little more control, taking Plaid off guard by playing so aggressive. And it's working in his favor. But it's easy to get out of that combo. Plaid knows just how to counter it. He knows what he's in for. Puffy trying to play a little more spacious, but it does not work as Plaid gets a little aggressive. The laser comes on in. But if he got a little more aggressive, that would have worked out. But he does get the throw off and unfortunately fails to recover. That first stock going right to Plaid. Puffy here trying to chase him down, try to get any sort of damage here, trying to bait out any sort of play that Plaid wants to make. But none of the hits connect except for the fireball, dealing little to no damage whatsoever. But as Rage Mode comes online, he could work wonders just from that. Spot dodges just from that. The electric will come in, but will not be taken advantage of. He will not stack on top of it. Tries to go for it. Nav Smash just to catch Plaid off guard. Ooh, this flag will come on in. Turn Plaid right around, but the platform will block it. The grab will come on in and deal 50% of damage just from that one hit, slamming his face against the stage. But Mario's got a grab of his own. Tries to play a little bit of edge guarding here against Kazuya, but Plaid knows just how to do it up to a point. That first stock is going to go right to Puffy. And taken right advantage of as soon as the iframes go down. 46% just from that one combo. And just to follow just a little bit more, he's losing control. And as Puffy takes the lead, that lead will not be taken advantage of. Not so much, at least, as Plaid steals that second stock right from him. Gets a grab off. He said, "It's my turn." He is making sure he does not have all the fun, as a couple of up tilts will connect. Side B just to recover. Rage Mode is online. The question is, how will Plaid use it to his advantage? Sends him right off stage. Puffy here trying to avoid any sort of grab from happening. The down tilt to send him straight into the air, followed by a grab. Too high in the air to make any sort of play, leaving Plaid just to enter the stage once again. Rage Mode going offline, unfortunately. Puffy here trying to play a little bit patient, but striking first. Plaid makes it right back to stage as both players trade hits. Both over 100%. It is anyone's game, honestly. But we have to remember that Plaid here is still up a whole stock. And as the electric comes in, so does the up B. Game number 2 going straight to Plaid. Great combos from both players. You love to see it, folks. Don't go anywhere as we go ahead and take that short intermission for game number 3. All right, we're back, folks, and looks like game number 3 is going to be not changed at all in terms of characters or stages. We're going to finish it off maybe on Hollow Bastion.
3, 2, 1, go!
Let's see how Puffy adjusts. Plaid here with a heavy lead of 2-0. Puffy here trying to make anything work. We're not seeing much forward aerials. But as the electric comes on in, Plaid plays a little more patient, and it does pay off. He's trying to see if he can air dodge out of fear, and it's not happening. Puffy getting a good 56% just from up tilts. As it followed by a down throw. Platt here tries to answer with a couple jabs of his own, gets thrown off stage for it. And gets edge guarded and then ledge trumped. It's not gonna happen. He tries to read the roll and it's not gonna happen. 94% just from a simple grab, but it's not gonna be enough to kill. But as Platt gets him off stage, he answers with a back air and it will connect. First stock going right to Platt. He is running away, making sure he doesn't get any sort of damage off. But that will not happen with the way Puffy plays. The down tilt mid-air will seal the deal for that first stock. But as Platt answers right away with a grab of his own, 39% just from 3 hits. Couple of jabs coming on in. The electric will happen, and that second stock will be taken. No damage to Platt's second stock, however. Puffy here down to his last leg from being canceled or eliminated from the tourney. Platt here having a great lead. Puffy here trying to answer with an upbeat just to cancel out any sort of combo that Platt would have against him. Followed by a grab. He's trying to make anything work. Trying to catch him as he recovers with a forward smash, but it's not going to happen. The rage mode will come online as the ultimate weapon. But as he does throw him right off stage, Puffy is playing a little afraid here. Trying to bait any sort of like side B or grab, but it does not happen. He stays in the air to avoid getting grabbed. Both players just playing a game of bait and punish. As the up tilt will come in. Platt here playing great patience, but that's not it from Puffy. Tries to go for a grab, but he is mere inches off from grabbing him and holding him close as he does an up smash out of shield. We are down to 1-1. The comeback can happen, but as the electric happens, he denies any sort of chance that Puffy has from recovering, sealing the deal, making Platt move on to the next bracket and keeping the dream alive. Great performance from both players. But as we go ahead and end that set with Platt, we're going to tune right on over to hockey. Take a quick intermission as we select the next stage. Both players enter the ring here. Looks like our Brookdale student here is going to be playing Joker.
3, 2, 1.
As we enter the ring, we're going to be going ahead and playing on Final Destination. One of Jigglypuff's better stages, actually. And as we play right off the bat, Hockey's going to shove him off stage and make sure he doesn't recover. Already up 1-0. Trying to answer back with any sort of damage of his own. Hockey is locked in. He is making sure he takes any sort of advantage he can. But as he throws in a couple of nairs, both players just, as the arson comes online, it's not going to do much as Hockey is playing really great patience in the neutral. Brookdale here doing anything just to make things work. Gets thrown off stage, but it will not be punished until he makes it back to stage, that is. Just received word that the opponent's name here is going to be Ham Polo going against Hockey. Ham here playing Joker. 105 to his name, trying to make any sort of means happen to try to tie it up. 26% versus 105, just one rest. Oh, and he's trying to take advantage of it by singing and then resting. Ham knowing he has to keep his distance against Jigglypuff, and he has just the arsenal to do it. Keeping his distance. Really great move from Ham here. Hockey trying to find any sort of opening, but it's not going to happen. A couple of side beats are traded here, but nothing is really taken advantage of except for the jab attacks. Persona coming online. Arson ready to go. The back air will connect, and Ham will take the lead. 2-1. Question is, how will Hockey try to take that second stock? He's trying to tie it up. The back air will connect, making it 1-1, folks. It is not over. Makes it back to stage. He's trying to get any sort of chip damage in just to finish off the job. There's a side B. As the spot dodge comes in, the combo will be canceled, and we're back to playing neutral, trying to find any sort of opening on either side here to try to take advantage of a small jab from Hockey. It's followed by a side B. He tries to make the combo happen, but Ham blocks it just in time. He tries to go for a simple down tilt. Both players do, but both are just getting away in the nick of time right before they can finish off each other. Air dodge will come in, but not taken advantage of. We're 75-79. Gets knocked off stage, but he does recover. Giving it a quick scare for a moment. Answers with a back air right out of shield. I've never seen it so close here, ladies and gentlemen. Both players trying to just make sure they get each other over 100%, just to make sure they're within that range, and it's not over. Another dash attack will connect, but it's not enough. We've seen so many of these black flashes, and yet it's not enough. Hockey knowing just how to recover, make it back to stage. He tries to read the roll. It's not going to connect. He was facing the wrong way. As a side B will answer, Arson comes online. The comeback mechanic and the back air will connect. Next game going right over to Ham.
On to the next triumph.
As we enter game 4, we are up 2-1 in Hockey's favor, I believe. Game point just for Hockey. Just needs to win this one to make it next to the next one.
3, 2, 1, go!
But as both players enter the ring, the down B will be happening, making sure he gets that chip damage right on Hockey. Side B will connect on both sides. Going for a simple grab, but it's not going to connect. Ham playing a little more passive than usual and more bait and punishy. And it's working out so far, but Hockey answers this by blocking. And it's working out as his favor so far, 63%, as Arson will come online. The comeback mechanic will be happening. Just with every Joker, as Arson comes online, the confidence boost happens by so much. as he does get the grab off and the down throw. Hockey trying to get a cheeky sing in, but will not connect. It was just out of range. Ham trying to play any sort of, trying to find any sort of opening at all. As a dash attack will happen. First stock going right over to Hockey. A great lead. He's trying to close out that set by any sort of means, even if it means as simple as a dash attack. And gets a good combo win at 34% just from a simple grab. Tries to take advantage of any sort of dash attack that Ham has to serve. Arson coming online. Hopefully it will work out in his favor this time, as he does send Hockey off stage, but does not challenge the recovery too much. He gives that respect and gets paid for it. We are now 2-2, ladies and gentlemen. It's not over. He's still up 2-1. Hockey can play this however he wants. Just needs to play a little more patient against Ham here, especially when Arson comes online. Ooh, great patience from Hockey. Ham down to his last legs, last stock before closing out the set. And as we see here, he's getting that damage off. He's getting that chip damage. That's all he needs, really, even if he does lose that second stock. Parries the side B. Great parry, but will not be taken any sort of advantage. Same thing with the second parry. But as most players just trade hits here, we're only seeing a bit of a combo here from Hockey. It unfortunately will miss the grab. Followed by Nair. Arson does come online. Hopefully we'll try to take that second stock with Arson. A couple of back airs will be intact. Hockey just floating right around them like a balloon. A simple balloon that a child let go of long ago. He is just floating into the atmosphere, making sure that he doesn't recover. Air dodge is right back to the stage. Not a worry in the world. The Nair will come in, just sending him right off stage again. 113 to Ham's name. How will this finish off? Oh, he does tech that. As the Nair comes in, that will finish off the set 3-1. Great performance by Hockey. Great hype to Hockey's name. Just received word that we're going to actually be going to Game 5. I got it mixed up. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, but bear with me. We're just going to be taking a short intermission as both players try and discuss which stage they'll be going to next and how they will finish off the set. All right, we're going to be going into Game 5, ladies and gentlemen.
3, 2, 1.
As we enter the ring. He draws first blood with a good 15%. He's making sure he comes back from this. He is not down. He is not out. Tries to answer with a side beat. This shield almost popping. Him playing a little aggressive with the back airs, but then gets hit by a rest midair. That'll be the first stock going towards Hockey with only 34% to his name. But as he gets another down tilt off, followed by an air, he's trying to make sure he doesn't recover, but it is going to happen anyway. Followed by a grab. He's making sure that his opponent does not recover. Or at least he is, but it's not going to be an easy trip. And he's up 3-1. Ham down to his last legs already. Trying to answer with any sort of tilt attack. It's not going to be enough if he wants to try to come back from this. Hockey just messing with his food at this point with a whole bunch of air attacks. A couple of side Bs to just throw in and trying to find any sort of opening. But the question is, how will he finish off this set? If he wants to. 104, that first stock is looking awfully dire. Tries to finish off his stock with a... Uh-oh. Here we go. Gets him down with a down throw, but does not punish ultimately. Responds with a nair, and that's going to be a 3-0 in favor of Hockey. What a comeback. He was down 2 games, and it finishes off game 5 with 3 stocks to spare. You can see the exhaustion on his face, ladies and gentlemen. What a great performance by Hockey. But as we go ahead and finish off this game, we're going to go ahead and take another quick intermission. I hope everyone's having a great time so far, because I certainly am. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with even more games. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and Sublime Faith will be our next set, and his opponent will be Jairam. We've seen this opponent once before, and he will be playing Diddy Kong. Against the Corrin, we've seen this match once up before. Question is, will Sublime Faith get his revenge? Find out right now as we go on to Battlefield. Game 1. We're going to go ahead and kick it off as these two go right for the banana. Jairam would take possession of it and take right advantage as he throws it upward. Uses it as a shield too. Takes right advantage, a good 59% to Jairam's name. Faith trying to take any sort of advantage he can against that banana peel. I've described before as it being very evil. He recovers the banana peel as he recovers, but does not do much with it as both players go right back to neutral. A couple of tilt attacks are traded, but as Monkey Flip comes right on out, he knocks Faith right off stage. An up smash will happen, but it will not be the reason that he gets knocked off stage. But as Faith tries to get a little more damage in. Ooh. A good tilt attack coming in from Jairam, but Sublime Faith is not out of commission for that first stock just yet. Gets punished for an up smash. Monkey Flip trying to play a little more movement here. Holds that shield, trying to get any sort of opening here. But Faith knows this. He's trying to get the read, but he does not, unfortunately. Makes it right back to stage. He connects the side B, but it will not be enough. Both players hanging on to that first stock. They play in a game of Survivor. And Faith will be the one to draw first blood. Down 2-1. Jairam trying to make any sort of sense by connecting that banana peel. Just one tilt attack and it's over for that first stock. But Faith is just staying alive. He is surviving. Getting any sort of damage in. But it's not going to last long as Jairam takes that first stock as well. 19% to his name, which is honestly not bad considering how good both these players are. In the pro matches, you want to take any sort of chip damage you can, especially when you lose a stock. And that's exactly what Jairam is doing with that banana peel. Throws it right to him, but answers back as he tries to get up. A good tilt attack to answer back. Oh! A spike coming right in from Jairam. Not able to tech just yet. Jairam just holding that shield as long as possible. But let's go at the last second. 63%. Faith trying to find any sort of opening, but it's not going to happen with that banana peel on stage. But it is in his possession, acting as a stage mine. Takes advantage of it as he tries to get into the back air, and it does connect. 1-1, ladies and gentlemen, only 39%. He can make the dream happen as he goes for his side B. Jairam taking advantage of any sort of opening that he can, and unfortunately it's not going to be that much. But we're looking very even as the side B connects. Tries to go for a cheeky up B, but both players just trading hits. We are 73-65. It is anyone's game here, folks. Tries to make it back on the stage. Faith playing a very patient game. The waiting game will happen as he goes for a side B or a back air to finish off the job, but it will not connect by the skin of his teeth. Making it right back to stage. He catches the jump. Jairam just trying to recover that banana peel. Trying to finish off any sort of cheeky movement that he has. Cancels the side B. Jairam knowing that he's holding that shield way too often. It does not connect the spike. It will not be the reason that he goes down. Both players over 100%. Oh, and he misses the forward smash, and it will not connect. It will connect, but he's not down. He's not out just yet. He does connect the banana peel, but he does not slip. Both players 120%, and it will be the reason that it connects, but it's not over. 2 black flashes and neither player fall. The third black flash, and it will be the reason that game number 1 goes right to Faith. My goodness, I've never seen so many black flashes in one competitive game. You never trust a black flash until you see the word game. My goodness. Great performance on both players here. We're going to go ahead and wait just a small bit as we go ahead and discuss the next stage to play on. Right back into a game 2 here, folks. We're going to be going to Kalos. The foot on the gas. No slowing down, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0 in favor of Faith.
3, 2, 1, go!
As game number 2 unfolds. Both players playing a little passive here, trying to respect each other's boundaries, except for when the banana peel comes out, the confidence is high. A good 49% just from that one combo, and he is not done just yet. Jairim trying to get any sort of advantage he can, even when he's up 70%. Great side grab by, or stage grab by Faith here. Otherwise, he would have been spiked so long ago. He does grab the banana peel, but does not take advantage of it. Shields as he tries to get any sort of nair in. Goes for a quick down tilt. But as the smash comes on in, it will not be the reason that his first stock falls. Jairim is locked in, trying to bait any sort of punishment from Faith here, but it's not going to happen. Monkey flip coming on in, but punishes real quick. Another up smash coming out of shield. Ooh, but catches him on the jump. First stock going towards Jairim. Faith slipping on it, slipping on the banana peel, but is not going to be taken advantage of. As Jairim gets another couple of up tilts in, juggling him right in the air. Faith is going to need to take that first stock if he wants to make it back into the lead. Whoa, great recovery by Faith. Knowing exactly what he's doing, he grabs the banana peel. He catches him off guard. Throws it right at him, but it's not going to be it's not going to be it. That's not going to be the finishing move just yet. Does get a grab in. He's making sure he does not get back to stage, but unfortunately that will not be the case. Throws him up and into the blast zone. Only 47%. How will Faith try to get back in this lead? It's not going to happen anytime soon with the way Jairim is playing with his banana peel. Tries to finish off with an up smash, but misses just by a hair. Great spacing by Jairim, but Faith makes it back to stage and jumps around trying to find any sort of bait and punish play to happen. Ooh, goes for a couple up smashes, but neither connect. A couple of back airs to follow. But as the monkey flip comes online, he does slip on his own banana peel. Jairam trying to find any aggressive play to unfold from Faith to take advantage of, but it's not happening. Faith knows that he's up 145. He needs to play a little more passive if he wants to make this even. But as Jairam comes online with the down tilts, he's not going to take any sort of advantage with the smash attacks. But as the banana peel is perfectly placed with the side B, that will take a second stock. But as the grab comes on in, Jairam just playing that movement perfectly as Faith is having a bit of a harder time trying to track exactly where this Lil Kong is going. But as he does get the grab off, he will throw him in the air, but it's not going to be enough to kill. They're trading hits a couple of times. And neutral, Black Flash, but it's not enough. The lack of power come from both characters is astonishing. Jairam just taking any sort of advantage with the banana peel, but Faith catches it mid-air, throws it right back at him like a boomerang. Oh, but he does catch him with that one banana peel, but he does fail to read the roll. Oh, both players having side stages for the grab. Jairam holding that shield. He needs to take advantage of that. But Faith down to his last stock and down to the last wire. Or down to the wire. The monkey flip will connect, but will not be enough to kill. Jairam playing perfectly with his ledge guard here, but Faith snaps back with a nair of his own. The nair will connect once again, but he does not go off stage. He doesn't want to run that risk of being tilt attacked. He needs to play as safe as possible if he wants to rack up any sort of damage on his final stock. Does parry the projectile. Here comes the banana peel. Tries to get a cheeky up smash in. It does get punished with an up throw. We're now 1-1, folks, but in dire need of some sort of miracle for Faith. It does not matter if you're up a game. You will have a great amount of confidence if you're up 2. Faith trying to find any sort of opening, but Jairam is not going to let that happen. Both taking a minute to pause and try to read each other. Ooh, the down tilt coming from Jairam. He's playing very, very passive-aggressive with Faith here. The monkey flip will connect, but it will not be enough to kill. I know that much. Tries to throw him off stage, but the up tilt will connect that time, and that will be the end of game number 2 going towards Jairam. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to take a quick intermission as we move on to game 3. All right, game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be going ahead and playing on Battlefield, it looks like. I'm going to take another few seconds here just to load on in. Both players enter the arena. Game number 3, folks. Remember, it is not over. We are tied up. And it's a best of 5. As we enter, both players are going to go ahead and miss our first hits, but first blood will be drawn by Faith. A couple up tilts just to juggle him a little. He tries to go follow with an up B for some reason and gets punished heavily for it. Driving him on 30. It's looking quite even so far, even with the banana peel in hand. Gets the ledge jump off, followed by Nair. Oh, he does punish the monkey grab. Great defense by Faith here, playing against the monkey flip. He knows what he must do, but as he uses the side B to recover, Jairam makes it back to stage and back to neutral, but then quickly gets grabbed into a down throw. Faith playing really well against the banana peel here, grabbing it almost every chance he gets. But will slip that time, but it does not matter. He takes advantage of that side B as Jairam stands on that platform. Playing a little bit of edge guard here. 69% already just from Faith. A great combo to his name. Faith takes a huge lead. The banana peel doesn't even matter to him anymore. It's like he's ignoring it completely, which is a great deal because that's the major advantage Diddy Kong has over any opponent. He misses the up B. He is up 3-1. Faith takes a huge advantage. But as both players just navigate their way around the stage, Jairam takes the first hit ever since he's lost his first 2 stocks. But as he follows it up with an up smash, it's not going to be enough. But as he gets a forward smash off, that will be enough. Faith here just taking advantage of any sort of iframes that he has. It gets a 4% off, but Jairam just following up with a combo of his own, only 36%. That's not enough to phase him. Faith tries to answer with a couple up tilts of his own, but gets quickly answered by a Nair. The banana peel is going to come out to play again as he tries to find the right opportunity to throw the banana peel. He rolls right past Jairam, pretends it doesn't exist, doesn't air dodge just in case he wanted to get a little greedy. A couple of Nairs to follow up, but has a monkey flip welcome on out. He does connect the banana peel twice, but is not taken advantage of. Side B will come out to try to pause and try to collect himself. 73%. Faith still having a good lead here. Less of a lead than he had before, but he does throw the banana peel and the jetpack will connect upon him. Very unlucky as Jairam rushes with the banana peel, pretending like he doesn't even have 100% to his name. One good hit and it's over for this round. Faith just needing to find that connection, but as Jairam gets the connection with the banana peel, he gets a good 65% off just from one combo, and he will connect the spike. The comeback from Jairam, taking game number 3. He is up 2-1, knocking Faith back. But it's not over just yet. He has a chance to recover and make it to game 5 if he just clutches his next game. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and jump straight back into it. Battlefield once again, both players still intact. Game number 4, game point towards Jairam. 3, 2, 1, go! Both players enter the ring. They're trying. Faith gets a little aggressive. He baits and punishes Gyrim for trying to bait him. He baits the bait. But as both players try to roll around each other, they're having a violent dance of death around here. They try to navigate the stage just a little bit. Gyrim takes the lead with the banana peel, but not by much, only 7%. Scratch that. Faith takes the lead. Faith just ignoring whatever sort of plan that Gyrim was unfolding with the banana peel. Gets a good 70% off just from these combos. The Nair to block any sort of leverage that Gyrim once had. Faith's just trying to make any sort of sense with these ledge guards, but Gyrim just flies across the stage like he's Sonic. A budget version of Sonic, as he has a projectile, and it will be used against his advantage here. Faith taking advantage of that one banana peel, and he spikes him. Corrin does not spike that often, but whenever it does, it is certainly something to see. You can see how locked in Faith is here, folks. With a cheeky uppie, he does recover. Faith trying to take any sort of advantage he has, and with a good 69%, Faith knows how to play that spacing well. He does take control of the banana peel, but neither player will find any sort of rich to work off of. Gyrim pulls out another one. And as the forward smash does connect, he grabs the banana peel, throws it upwards. It does connect, forcing into an up B recovery. Oh, he baits the side B, but it will not be enough for a back throw to hit. He does chase him down with a side B to follow up, but it's not going to be enough to kill. It does send him across the screen, but it is not enough. He tries to finish off with a smash attack, but he is too quick. Gyrim takes his first stock. It tries to get a quick kill. He tries to tie it up, but it's not going to be enough. We've seen this lead last time, folks, but Gyrim is capable of coming back from this. Faith, knowing his mistakes from last time, how will he take advantage of the lead he has now? Oh, tries to keep him off stage, trying to limit his options. But he quickly switches up as Gyrim makes it back to stage with his up B. And the double banana peel combo will happen. Takes advantage of the vulnerability that Faith was in. Does spot dodge take control of the banana peel? It does connect, but he does quickly roll away, escaping any sort of potential combo that Faith had in store for him. 65 versus 12. This can easily be turned around with that banana peel. That is the key to success for this round. He does cancel his up B, but he does have another one. Gyrim trying to find any sort of opening with Faith, but Faith is not allowing that to happen. Playing neutral very well, jumping around any sort of banana peel attack that he has in store. Does get the grab off, sends him off stage. The side B will not connect, but the grab will. Goes high just to make it back to the top platform. Oh! The banana peel will connect, followed by an up B, causing major damage. Oh no! It is not over as he gets a double banana peel off. Faith is not going down just yet. And as the back air connects, he is still in the game, folks. We are going to game 5.
That was great.
What a heart-wrenching game. What a great performance by Faith. We thought it was over just for a second with that smash attack, but he comes back and hits him with a back air when he least expects it. Great fourth game. We got to make sure both players have to lock in for this last game. Game 5, folks. If Game 4 was that exciting, we gotta see how Game 5 turns out. Both players enter the ring. Only one will come out after this round. Will the dream stay alive? Find out right now on Town and City. Both players. Faith takes the first hit, has 18%, will connect, but they do trade a couple of hits. 3 hits versus 2. Gyrum taking advantage of any sort of down tilt that he can. Faith just trying to counter it with any sort of nair. As an up tilt will happen, a couple more. Why not? Side B hitting the floor, but it's not going to be the reason that Gyrum falters. He does lose the lead in terms of damage, but it can be instantly reversed at any given point. Faith knows that the spike was coming. He does air dodge, but it wasn't going to connect anyway, and he does punish for it. He was off by just a millisecond. He's had the read. He was going to use the up B to connect back to the stage. But as the air dodge comes in, ooh, he does air dodge away. The banana peel being the lifeline of both players here. It's been the reasons why so many combos have been happening from either side. Both players within range of losing their first stock. He goes for the second up B, and first stock goes to Faith. He takes the lead. And as you can see, hear the audience cheering on his name. Gyrum tries to find any sort of opening. He goes high, but it's not going to work out in his favor. Gyrum playing that spacing well, but as the banana peel will connect, he tries to set up that ledge trap, but it's not going to work. Great spacing from Gyrum, but it's not going to work against Faith, as good of a player as he is. But as the first banana does connect, he will follow up with an F smash. He does follow up with a couple of tilt attacks, but Faith, knowing he has the banana peel in hand, quickly gets out of his control. He does follow with a jab. Takes a moment to breathe. He chases down Gyrum, who seems to be floating away. A couple of nairs are traded, but neither hit. Oh, he tries to go for a grab. I knew exactly what was going to happen after that. We were going to see a spike and a half, but unfortunately, that's not going to be happening, as Faith, knowing exactly what to do in this situation. A couple of back airs to connect, as well as a side B. He grabs the nutshell, but it's quickly taken away, as he does answer with a dash attack, but Gyrum was ready for it. Loses the lead pretty quickly, 54 to 129%. A smash attack will happen, but it's not going to connect, as Faith just making sure not to get too aggressive. He does read the jump with it, followed by an air. A grab will connect. Both players within reach of taking that second stock. It just needs to be a cheeky smash attack or even just a side B. Either one will work. Does get an up tilt off, but the back air will not connect. Oh, he goes for the side B, but it's not going to connect. Gyrum still within striking range, 99%, and Faith down to his last stock, potentially. But as he does get hit by the banana peel, 12% will the only thing be connecting. As the back air tries to connect, he tries to take that second stock, but it's not going to happen. I think the kill move here he's trying to go for is the back air, but Gyrum already knows this. He needs to avoid any sort of cheeky back airs coming from Faith. But as the nair comes on in, Gyrum playing pretty well when it comes to fast fall. Does grab the banana, but the back air will happen. 66% to his name. We are down to our very last stock of the set. How will Faith come back from this? He does fail to read the roll. It is not over. He does not back throw. He just gets the chip damage in while he can. He knows it's not enough to kill. He does parry it and take control of the banana peel, but it's not enough to take down Faith just yet. Faith playing neutral very well, but Gyrum takes advantage of that. Both players just playing neutral, trying to find any sort of opening, and it's not over. Faith survives the first smash attack. 36%. Faith knows he has it in him. He just can't find an opening with that banana peel online. And that will be it. Gyrum takes game 5. Great performance by both players, and that will be the end of the run for Faith. Unfortunately. Great performance on his part. But believe it or not, folks, that will not be the end of it. We do not end it here. We have one more set for you available, but it will be 2 players that you've already witnessed before. We have Hockey versus Black Platypus. As both players talk things out, we're going to go ahead and take a short intermission. Don't go anywhere, folks. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be go ahead and spectating hockey first, as both players give each other a fist bump, but good luck, as by the end of this set, one of these players will be sat out of the tourney, and one will be moving on to play on Thursday. Kazuya versus Hockey, the classic matchup. I've seen this many times before, but only one will come out on top tonight.
3, 2, 1.
PS2 to start us off. As we start us off, Hockey's going to take a 34%, but then quickly manage to get that back with just a couple of hits. Platt here trying to make any sort of connection happen, and he waits out the Sing before getting up. He knows that Sing can be very dangerous, especially with how close he is to getting rested on. But as he does connect with the electric, it's not going to be enough, as he almost breaks that shield. These two know exactly how each other play, but it's not going to matter as Hockey gets his first stock taken and Platt takes the lead. Rage mode comes online. Oh! But it's not going to matter as Hockey gets the back air connected. Tries to get it down tilted in as the electric will come out. He tries to get any sort of damage in. The chip damage is not going to happen as he does connect the rest. 2-1. Hockey quickly turns things around. He's already up in damage. Does get the sweet combo in of a down tilt followed by a grab, and he tries to play that edge guard. But it's not even going to matter. He does get the punish off as he misses the rest. We are now 1-1, folks. We are not even 2 minutes in, and both players are already down to their last stock. And Hockey makes quick work of that first game as he connects up down tilt into arrest, the classic combo with Jigglypuff. Great performance by both players. They are making sure that they just make quick games here. Gonna take a quick break here as they discuss the next stage on what they want. But as that game one finishes off, we're actually gonna go ahead and switch over to Platt's point of view. We're gonna make sure that we see his side of things. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're just gonna take a second to breathe. Going in straight into game two. We're now going to change the point of views as Platt looks like he's having a good time. We need to lock in here, folks. Only one of you will continue on, and one of you will fall. Platt will make sure it's not going to be him. Great friends. And as Hockey's shield gets down a little bit, he air dodges to avoid any sort of nair attacks. Both players playing Town and City, the great Town. The electric will come on in, but no follow-up. He does read the roll, and the rest will to punish, but it's not going to be enough. And he fails to punish, but the shield will come in. The shield poke followed by an up smash. Great amount of damage dealt to Platt here. As he tries to read the up B, it's not going to happen, but the rage mode will not even matter. Comes right offline, right after coming online. You can hear the villagers just cheering on in the background as these two titans collide. He denies any sort of punish happening. But as Hockey tries to get a down tilt in, Platt tries to play a little more patient. He tries to roll away, but Hockey catches him. Catches right up. Oh, he misses the rest. He reads it quite well. He tries to get a finishing touch, but it's not going to happen. Being Jigglypuff is no easy task, but it does reap the rewards when it comes to recovery. Platt here trying to get any sort of punish off. He's playing better than the first game, but he's not finding that opening, except for when he goes for the sing. Hockey down to his last stock, potentially making this going to be a 1-1. But as the electric comes on out and Rage Mode online, he makes a dangerous target. He tries to go for an air, but it's not going to happen. Goes high, then low for the recovery. And he gets the grab off. And that will be it. Game number 2 going straight to Platt. He goes straight for a dash attack and into a grab. Neither player are wanting to lose. Great performance. We're going to go ahead and switch stages real quick, folks. All right, the stage has been set. We're going to go ahead and flip-flop between both of these players as we focus off of Platt and more on Hockey. He enters the arena. And Platt here just looking for a new look. We're going to go ahead and take this right on to Final Destination. Working out a few kinks as they're ready to go. Going for a classic look for Kazuya, looking as dapper as ever. Both these players, regional lines are on the line. But only one can take it as game 3 ensues. We can see an up B followed by nothing as electric does happen. Hockey will fail to make any sort of move happen as he does make that first down tilt. You can see how locked in Platt is. He does break the shield though. Oh, but answers immediately with an up B as he pushes him off stage. He miscalculates on how far he wants him off stage or on stage. It immediately works against his favor and be the reason that first stock is going to be taken. Hockey trying to take any sort of advantage over Platt here, but he's not giving up that easily. Rage Mode will come online, but it will not be the reason that he goes down. A couple of nairs just to answer any sort of aggression, and the up B will connect, making it 3-1 in sort of Platt's favor. Rage mode will be useful here as he tries to connect any sort of up B. Oh, the couple of jabs coming on in. Flat here has a great advantage over Hockey. Hockey trying to find any sort of opening, but it's not going to happen as much as he makes it right back to stage. Gets aggressive a couple times off stage, but followed by a nair. He's trying to make sure he gets that first stock. And it looks like it's gonna happen as he goes down to 2-1. Hockey knowing he's gonna have to play a little more passive here, a little more bait and punish here. But Platt knows this, so he gets aggressive. Pushes him to the edge of the stage. Not making sure not to give up that middle ground, and he gets the kill. Game number 3 going towards Platt.
Kazuya Mishima wins.
Great performance by both players here. We're going to head straight into game here, folks. And coming with me, I'm going to have an additional caster with me. One of the players that we saw before, Sublime Faith. How you doing, bro?
Good, man. How about you?
Doing great. As both players enter the arena here, we're going to see a bit of neutral here coming in.
Both players are excelling well today. Here we have Platt's Kazuya and Hockey's Jigglypuff going at it together. They do this every Monday. Every Monday we do practice, and this is like nothing to them. None of them are nervous. It's literally just like a friend match between friends.
It's just another day in the office, huh?
Yup, just another day in the workforce.
Exactly. When it comes to both these players here, the electric always comes on in, and that first stock will fall. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, this looks like
Oh,
trouble
no.
for Kazuya. Yeah, man, there's the cheese.
The cheese will happen as Hockey snaps right back with a sting of his own, taking that first stock.
Both of these characters are professional cheesers.
I couldn't agree
Oh,
more,
no.
especially with how both of these players play.
Kazuya with the anti-air, good crescent kick.
That's the word I was looking for, anti-air. But as Hockey loses his second stock, he's down to his last leg.
Does Electric Wing God Fist frame, iframes are really killing it right now. His timing is impeccable today. Oh no.
You can see how locked in Platt has been. He's not wanting to lose. Last time we saw these two players, Hockey took the win. I think he's looking for revenge.
According to Platt, Jigglypuff apparently, if he gets caught in a combo, Kazuya just can't 0 to W. Apparently.
My goodness.
Which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because like it's like one of the very few characters of the cast that can actually not get 0 to W.
I think it applies to more heavy characters as well, but except for like Bowser maybe, but both these players are just. Oh, he plays a little patient there. He charges that up smash, but it does not connect.
He tried going for a shield break there, but up smash unfortunately does not have enough shield pressure.
Rage mode will come online. That could make or break this entire game right here.
And Rage mode does have anti-air factors, but so
And
does up smash.
that will be it.
Ooh, with the
Sealing
armor.
Hockey's fate.
Wins.
And Platt will be moving on to play on Thursday.
Oh boy, if only you see Platt right now. He is holding his face.
And then Hockey's cam freezes for just a moment. That's how important it was. But unfortunate.
What a matchup. Well, here we have a top tier versus a low tier. I mean, this is kind of to be expected. Both players did incredibly well today.
But it was honestly a really great performance by both players here. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, definitely. Platt really deserved it. He's been working hard. He's been in, and I see every time I come in, I just see him in the training mode, just doing his offline like lab combos and stuff. It's different every time, really.
Exactly. The amount of times I've seen these two play, it's usually Hockey that comes out on top. But as soon as I saw Platt's face tonight, I knew that he was locked in.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely like yeah, it's like that one meme with the guy like he's
Yeah.
always smiling and then he like I don't know he has like he like his face just like kind of
Yeah,
contorts and then
are
he
you talking like
instant just
Parasite the
not good.
anime?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen that exact meme, and it's one of my favorite memes ever. But we're
that
gonna
was Platt tonight.
that was Hockey and Platt, ladies and gentlemen. Great performance by both players. But it seems that that was our last set for the night. I think we're gonna go ahead and close off everything for the night. We will return tomorrow for some Overwatch, and then Thursday for some Val and more Smash. Okay.
Yeah, Thursday's the grand finals and the losers finals, folks, and man, Platt has one hell of a run to go through if he wants to make nationals.
Exactly. Just a quick question for your own set. Like, what do you think? What happened with the downfall there at that game 5?
So, Corrin and Diddy Kong
Mm-hmm.
is a really hard matchup, and like all of my characters really, because all of my characters are Corrin, Robin, and Byleth,
Mm-hmm.
and all three of those are -2 against Diddy, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm honestly surprised I even did as well as I did.
That game 4 was my favorite, honestly. Just how hype everyone was at the very end there. I saw 3 black flashes, and the third one was to seal the deal.
Yeah, no, that match was crazy.
Exactly. That was one of my favorite matches I've seen so far, and to cast on apparently. But as for finishing thoughts, I have nothing else. Would you like to add anything, Faith?
To just continue, give you a little bit of an elaboration on that final match. When I lost that third match, I kind of knew I was in for a tough like comeback
Mhm.
because that means that even if I won game 4, that means he gets to choose the stage.
Mhm.
And I intentionally banned FD at first and Town and City because I knew Diddy would do good on that.
Mhm.
And when I won game 4, I was like, okay, well, I can either give him Kalos or I'm going to give him Town and City. And unfortunately, Kalos, as you saw, didn't go so well. So I
Yeah.
decided to try my luck in Town and City, which you saw I did do better.
Yeah, you were doing pretty well.
But unfortunately, Town and City still strongly favors Diddy. So
Yeah. I mean that it was just the odds were stacked against you there. So
yeah,
as good as a player as both of you are, it's the matchup was like most likely unwinnable there.
yeah, it's a matchup that Corrin struggles in, and I do need to work on it a lot harder than like most matchups.
Yeah.
Or who knows, maybe pick up another character. I know Bale for sure ain't couldn't do it against Diddy. That's for sure. That Bale is not good, not good enough.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see much more improvement coming from Robin and Corin next time we see. But I think we're going to go ahead and finish it off here, man. It was great seeing all these players play, including yourself. And
Thank you,
that's going to be it, folks. I'm your caster, Echomancer,
And I'm Sublime Faith.
and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great night.
Good night.